Hello everyone and welcome to MCV Taste Love. My name is Zach Kellerman and today I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate breakfast, Eggs Benedict. So if you've ever tried Eggs Benedict, you know it is super delicious and it is just like the best breakfast out there for me personally. And I know you're thinking like usually we only eat Eggs Benedict in the restaurant. You can't make it at home. No, you can. It's a little bit technical, but if you follow a few simple rules and a few simple steps, you can make the perfect Eggs Benedict at home. So I'm going to show you how to do it now. The ingredients you're going to need to make your Eggs Benedict is going to be, first of all, English muffin, a lime or a lemon. Usually a lemon is better, but I only found a lime today, which should work. You just want that little bit of acidity. 2 tablespoons of vinegar, half a cup of unsalted butter, 6 eggs here. 2 of them I'm going to use for poaching and 4 of them to make an hollandaise sauce. And then we just got some ham over here. So you can substitute your ham for bacon or prosciutto if you want to and fry it up. If you like hot weather and you want something fresh, I think ham is a little bit better. So with our ingredients, we can start making our Eggs Benedict. I'm gonna start off by melting the butter to make the hollandaise sauce. You can go on a high heat because you want the butter to be melted, but make sure it doesn't brown. You just want it melted. If it's brown, it's going to give a smoky flavor to your hollandaise sauce, which you don't want. So hollandaise sauce is a little bit tricky, but there are a few tips and tricks you can use to make it perfect. So we're going to make a double boiler first. A double boiler means we're taking a pot on the bottom and it's something to take the heat to a second pot or any container for that matter. So I'm using a glass bowl today. So you must make sure it fits right on the side of it so it closes up. Important though, the water must not touch the bottom. Okay? There must be enough water to boil, but it mustn't touch the top bowl. So we're just going to put that along on heat, the water, and I'm going to separate the eggs. So now we're ready to make the hollandaise. We've got our 4 egg yolks in here already. I'm going to add the lime juice. That. So the pot is heating up now. Remember, when you're going to put this on, it's going to get hotter. So make sure it doesn't start boiling and touch the bottom. So we're going to put this on the heat and then we start whisking. Just combine that. The trick with the hollandaise is slow and steady wins the race. Okay? So don't try and rush it. It's going to take not a very long time. It's going to take a while. And just keep on whisking. You will get the right consistency eventually. Just don't, make sure it's, the only way to get this wrong is if you heat it too much and the eggs start to scramble. You're going to keep whisking this till the egg gets lighter, like it's going to get a whiter color and it's getting frothier and foamier. Then you know you're ready to start adding the butter. So just whisk away. Okay, so you can already see the egg mixture is already getting foamier, but we want still a lighter color on it. It must get whiter. So make sure you look at the temperature. If your water on the bottom is going to boil, it's going to scramble your eggs. So make sure the moment you put your bowl on, it's going to heat up even more. So make sure you keep the temperature right on there. We're getting a beautiful color on this now. So now you can see it has thickened a lot already and it has a lighter color, which means we can start going in with the butter. Okay, so I'm going to go little by little. First don't add all the butter at once. If you add all the butter at once, your whole mixture is going to separate. Oh, my arm. Okay, we're getting very nice consistency on it now. Okay, very close to finished. Last bit of butter in. So we got our right consistency on the sauce. If you look at that, Even on the whisk it sticks. So if it sticks on the whisk, you know it's right. For this sauce, don't use an electric mixer. If you're going to use an electric mixer, it's going to separate the whole sauce. So you need to whisk. My arm is very sore already, but the sauce is perfect. So that's a good sign. Okay, so with our sauce done, you're just going to keep this warm. You can keep it on the boiler to keep it warm, and then we're going to poach the eggs next. So now I'm going to show you how to poach an egg. I'm not going to lie, poaching an egg is a bit difficult. I think I went through like 24 eggs the first time I tried to do it before I got a poached egg correctly. So there are a few tricks which I didn't know when I started poaching eggs that you have to do right. First of all, the heat. You're taking a pot with water in. Okay? You want it on a high heat, but it shouldn't be boiling. The moment the water boils, it's going to rip the egg apart with the bubbles. So make sure it's a gentle simmer. So in this pot, we're going to go in with some vinegar. That will help the egg stay in place. When you put your egg in, do not crack it and put it directly in. Put it in a small container because it's going to make it easier to put it into the water. So I'm going to put it into this ramekin. So with the electric stove it's a bit more difficult. I find with the gas stove it's easier. But a good trick is the moment you put the egg into the water, put off the heat on the plate and let it just simmer, let poach in that hot water. Because if the heat is still on, it might break it apart. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start a whirlpool in the pot. Okay? So I'm going to take one side, all the water, stir it till it makes a whirlpool. I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to insert the egg into the middle of the whirlpool. Okay? Take it off the heat, and then about 2 minutes, it should be done. Okay? So I'm going to do it because you need to concentrate. That's why I'm first explaining. So I like my eggs very soft, so I'm just going to get very quick in there. Okay, so there we've got 2 eggs poached. If your eggs aren't looking beautifully, don't worry about that because we're going to cover it in hollandaise sauce, which is nice about this recipe. Here, I'm going to take one of the English muffins. So I'm making 1 serving today. Depending how many you're making, you can just multiply your recipe by that. So just half that. And we're going to fry that up as soon as we make our butter. Okay, so while your pan is hot, we're just going to toast the buns quickly. There's still some butter in it. Place it right in there. That's going to give a nice crispy texture to the bread as well. Gives you different textures in your dish, which is always nice. Okay, so that's about the color I want on the bread. Just a nice light brown toasted on it to give a nice little crunch. It's going to give it a bit of a smoky flavor as well. Now we can put it together, the fun part. So first we're going to start with the muffins, 2 of them. This is quite nice and thick pieces, so I'm just going to use 1 of each. Do have a tendency to. And there we have it, homemade eggs Benedict. Like I said, it's just a few simple steps to get there. A few tricks you can use, but it's not as difficult. You might need a few tries, but it's really doable. And it's actually quite cheap, the ingredients you need for it. So without further ado, we need to see how it tastes, and see if it was a success at the end of the day. So let's try it. Let's see with this egg. Okay, so there's our egg. Still nice and droopy. Okay, and that egg yellow and the hollandaise goes as well together. It's a yes. That's very nice. Just everything in this dish complements each other so well. Like the hollandaise sauce, that butteriness and a little bit of a sourness to it. the savoriness you get from the egg and the ham. It's very nice. Wait, let's try more. I want some of the egg yellow. Breakfast for champions. I tell you, like, if you learn to make this, I'll make this every single day for myself for breakfast if I had it in my house. And it's so, like I said, it's really cheap. A few simple tricks, and you already have the whole recipe. Oh, I love an English muffin so much. That's a lot. Yeah. Perfect. Like, so easy. Like, if I go to a restaurant, this is always what I decide to eat for breakfast. Like, it's always. But if you can make it at home, why not? It's so easy. Like, to impress your friends with this. It's incredible. I'm gonna eat all of this. It's so yummy. Thank you so much for watching and cooking an Eggs Benedict with me today. If you liked the video, please click like, comment if you enjoyed it or you tried it at home, tell us how it went, and subscribe to the channel, MCV Taste Love. For now, I'm going to say goodbye, sign off, and enjoy the rest of the Eggs Benedict.